Hi everyone, I'm so excited to make this video today where I get to share with you one of the most frequent comments I get on my YouTube videos and a little bit more explanation as to why things are the way they are. So, one of the most frequent comments I get, in fact, I get this almost daily on my decluttering videos, is quote, "There's still too much clutter, the client kept too much stuff, they didn't get rid of enough," and so on and so forth. And I do my best to respond to all of you, but I thought it would be really helpful to make a whole video where I talk a little bit more about what it's like decluttering with the clients and why you see the before and afters the way they do. The first thing that I wanted to share with you is that the videos that I make are not for TV. We are not an extreme makeover show, and so the expectations that we have for what the before and afters look like is very different. I'm a small business owner, and my business primarily revolves around decluttering. So when clients reach out to me, they usually feel a great deal of guilt and shame about the state of their home. They have a lot of embarrassment and usually apologize quite a lot when they show me their home either through photos or on FaceTime. And less than 50% of the people that I work with allow us to film in their homes. And a big reason why many of them say no is because they just have that much shame. And even if we don't have anything identifying in there, they do not want the world to see. So you're only seeing a fraction of the people that we actually work with. So when we first talk with the client, I help them to identify their goals for the space. I ask them to close their eyes and to envision what would be the dream for your space. And that goal is something that I keep at the forefront of my mind when I'm working with the client, and especially when we get to the decluttering part of the process. So once we have pulled everything out and we're ready to review items with our clients, we go through an entire step-by-step process teaching them how to make these decisions. And I will be making another video where I talk with you about how to make those decisions and specifically what questions to ask yourself. Because my goal when I work with people, in addition to getting them to their goal, is for them to feel empowered with those skills to make decisions in their life about their possessions moving forward. So when clients go through things with us, we ultimately respect all of the decisions that they make. It doesn't mean that I'm a pushover and I agree with them all of the time. In fact, I always remind them of their end goal, and I'm very real with them about whether the amount that they're keeping is actually going to allow us to achieve that goal. But if they say this stays no matter what, I am not going to tell them no and throw it away because I want them to trust me. Similarly, even things that I believe are clearly trash, I would never throw away. I've actually heard that some organizers throw away trash without the consent of their client. I don't think that that's right. Unless someone has specifically told you it's okay to throw away things you think are trash, I'm not going to throw things away without someone's consent because I don't know what the meaning is of an item to anyone. And there have been many instances where something that I might have deemed as trash was actually something that was meaningful. So we walk them through these decisions, and that can take a short amount of time, but it can also take many hours. And sometimes we have to adjust the expectations for either how quickly things will get done or what the end result will look like. But I am there step by step with the clients to help them make these decisions. And although it might seem really easy to you, for many of the people that I work with, it's so debilitating that they cannot do it unless we are there by their side to do it with them. Think about it. How nice would it be to have a dedicated time to get something done that you've been putting off for a while? And in this case, it may have been years and years. I think one example that comes to mind is someone who had 30 years of paperwork in their home office, and the office was completely unusable. And in one day, we were able to get it to be a usable space again, simply because we were there to get it done. So going back to the comment about the before and afters, and the afters still looking too cluttered or they kept too much stuff. I always come from a place of caring and support rather than judgment. And although personally I might say that that person didn't need that many clothes, that kid doesn't need so many toys in their room, it's not my choice to make that. That is ultimately their choice. And so even if it looks subtle to you, the results are absolutely life-changing for our clients. And I want to remind you of that when you're making these types of comments, is that it doesn't always have to be an extreme before and after for it to be truly meaningful in someone's life. Imagine if a space that had otherwise been unwalkable now is walkable. Or imagine that when you open your closet, now you can actually see all of your clothes. Like, yes, maybe there are more clothes than what you would consider appropriate, but that person now can actually see their clothes and get dressed really easily. So I hope that that helps explain things a bit. When I look at the before and afters, I feel a huge sense of pride on behalf of my clients because I know how hard it was for them to make those decisions. And that's what I'm going to continue doing. I'm going to continue showing you all these very real before and afters, which may not look like Pinterest. They may not look like a magazine, but you know what? They are real homes of real people just like you and me.